Stop dropping your calories so low if you want to get shredded. For as long as I make videos on this channel, I will keep banging the drum on why you do not need to do this and what you should do instead. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tom Sergi. I run the Gorilla Platoon, which is an online physique transformation program where we get results like this and then we just speak about them each and every week. So you can take from it what you like and apply it into your own life. So I'm here to tell you why you want to stop dropping your calories like really low just to get shredded. I can appreciate you want to get there as quick as possible. You've been told calorie deficit, so I know what most of you think. Just keep turning that dial up as fast as we possibly can and the weight will come off really thick and fast and we'll be peeled to the bone, ready for the holiday to Ibiza, and we'll get more goddamn sugar. Well, it doesn't have to be that way, and I'm going to tell you a different approach. First of all, why not? Why do I not believe to take that? If you take that approach, more than likely what will happen is when you take your food too low, you will have a reduction in training performance. This may be news to you, but the biggest reason for building and retaining tissue on your frame will be training stimulus. You can eat all the protein in the world. If you don't train hard enough, the muscle has no reason to stay on your bones. It will disintegrate and you will be very sad at the end of it. If your food is low, your ability to move more load is going to diminish. So that's the biggest and the main factor why you don't want to do this. If you just want to lose weight, like boxers do for a fight, fine. Take that approach, do what you want. But on this channel, we speak about body recomp. Build as much muscle as possible, pull off as much body fat as possible, and look the best you possibly can. To do so, you're going to need to train. You're going to need to improve in the gym each and every week. Now, when you also take your food too low, along with the physical output that you do in the gym, the look diminishes quite quickly as well, and specifically you'll lose muscle fullness, which will then give you the perception that you are skinny. It's not that you're skinny, you're just flat, you're just lost, like there's less glycogen inside the muscle pushing it tight against the skin, therefore you'll feel skinny, but you're not skinny, you're just flat. Albeit though, if you keep running it like this, you're going to end up skinny for the reason we just spoke about above. And then the main reason is, honestly, you're just going to have a poor experience of it. And, like, you can try just going really low on calories. Most of you motherfuckers won't stick to it for that long anyway. So, like, you can try the first way. I know for a fact most of you won't stick to it for longer than 6 weeks. You can try a crash diet and you'll end up just yo-yoing back anyway because you'll be so depleted, so hungry. And you'll just look at people with abs and think, how on earth are they achieving this? This is, like, absolute hell. And then you'll put it on a pedestal getting the abs when, honestly, they just didn't take the retarded approach that most people are doing here. So that's why I don't want you to take that approach when you do it. So what do we do instead? Because you're probably thinking, all right, then, clever clogs, tell me, what's the solution then? The solution first is to sit just below maintenance. And when you sit at that point, we want to drive output first. Remember, you're here to become an athlete. Athletes perform in all realms, strong in the gym and their CV fit as well. So we want to walk 10,000 steps per day. Cool, that's a given. It'll be good for your mental space. Get out and about, take your fucking dog for a walk so it can lay a turd, and then you're good to go. But I want you to push formal cardio straight away from the beginning. Start this at something like 20 minutes of cardio per day on something that's non-impact. I'm very specific with that, something that is non-impact, because you don't want to accumulate fatigue that's then going to impact the resistance training sessions. Remember, they are the reason why you build and retain muscle. You also don't want something that's going to spike appetite too high. So you may think, oh, I'll go swimming. You know when you finish a swimming session how absolutely ravenous you are. That's going to make adherence, again, very difficult. The same way like going in a massive deficit will make adherence hard. Doing cardio like that will also make it hard. So do something like a bike or an incline treadmill walk. The main thing is, though, you keep your heart rate 120 to 130. You should be able to keep a conversation. That's the typical pace. Now, you will run this for the first week. You'll probably see a great drop-off because you'll be in a slight deficit. I'm not saying you're not going to be in a deficit. You absolutely are. But you're not going to be in a massive deficit. Let's say your maintenance is 2.5. You may sit at 2.350 or 2.3, but with 20 minutes of formal cardio, 10,000 steps per day. And you'll see a drop-off at that because you're still technically in a deficit. Now, that will only run for... You definitely get a week out of it, maybe 2 at best, and then it'll start to slow down. When you see it starts to slow down, add another 10 minutes of formal cardio per day. You know, on 30 minutes of cardio per day, that's a good solid amount of cardio. Again, you'll see the drop-off, perfect. Then you may need to make another change. Then, from there, add another 10 minutes of cardio. And ultimately, then you're going to need to do the trade-off between your routine and the deficit. So let's say 40 minutes is like pretty much the capacity you can push for the time being. Because think about this now, if you're on week 7 of a 16-week transformation, that means for the remaining 9 weeks, you're going to need to be pushing 50 minutes of daily cardio. That's a lot. I appreciate that's a lot of time spent on a treadmill or on a bike or something. So you're going to need to determine whether it is you've got the capacity within your schedule to push that. If you have, take it every day, absolutely every day of the week. And there will become points where you need to do that, but you want to maybe save that towards the last few weeks. It's only at that point then do I switch back to calories, and I don't even take from carbs. Your carbs will stay as high as possible for as long as possible because they are really your building blocks for training performance. You'll then look to pull from fats, because pulling 200 calories out of a diet when it comes to fats is minuscule. Like, you can pull about 30, maybe 35 grams of peanut butter out of a diet, you're getting 200 calories back. Go and get me 30 grams of peanut butter, scoop it on your hand, it's literally nothing. It's like a half turd. So that's the route I pull with that, and that's why I want you to push cardio first, because A, you'll be more athletic when you finish this anyway, and you'll be stronger and have better muscle fullness. Now, let's say you come to me, and this is going to be a bit of a bonus tip. Let's say you come to me and your metabolism is in the fucking bin. You've spent ages on very, very low calories. You've eaten food that is not containing much nutrients, so therefore your ability to drop off body fat will be so diminished. You'd have to take calories so low, and even then, because your body's in a space of fight or flight, it just won't release the body fat because it doesn't know when it's going to get any food, because you've just absolutely abused it for the longest period of time. What you want to do is sit yourself into a priming phase. So the goal for you may be 10% body fat. You may be sat at like 23% body fat, but I'm here to tell you why that might not actually be, or should I say, the prerequisite for you going and starting that fat loss phase actually needs to be a priming phase first, where the goal is to simply bring up your ability to consume more food, more calories. The way you do this is pretty much what I've just said, but sit at maintenance. So sit yourself at maintenance calories, run it for 6 weeks, train very hard, do your cardio as well, and that way you're getting your body to burn a good amount of food because it needs it from the training stimulus, from the walking, from the cardio, but you're also consuming a good amount of food as well. I don't want to spoil this result just yet, but it will come out maybe in a few months' time. I had a client that come to me, high body fat, not that much muscle mass, needed to get shredded. I knew him personally, and in the past he'd also been on diets and he'd taken his calories very, very low, and almost ran out of calories he had left before seeing 10% body fat. So what we did was we stuck him in a bit of a priming / building phase first, and we actually managed to get him 2 kilos lighter, so from start to finish, but also we got him to then consume more and more food. So by the time he finished, I think we started him on it and he was on like 2,000-ish, but we managed to push him up all the way to the end by about 2,400. Now he's cutting and dropping weight on 2,300. That would have never been possible in the past if we'd have gone straight into a cut, straight into pulling off body fat. But we put him in a priming space first, got him strong, got him pressing like 34 kg flat dumbbell press, and got him in a space now where his body needs a good amount of calories to maintain the overall muscle mass he's got, so that then when he drops off, it's a lot easier. So that's why I say to you, don't take calories so low, because it's not about just pulling body fat off. You need to be able to build muscle, and when you do, it's so much easier to get lean. I can get shredded on 2,900 calories because my body's like a furnace now. To going the other way, it's not great because I have to bulk on like 5k, but the point of the matter is, like, I'll never be on low food. My dick won't stop working because I'm in a calorie deficit like it will for some people, because I can still eat a good amount of food. So that's why I don't want you to take your calories to the absolute Earth's crust. Keep them in a good space. Use outputters instead to drive that negative energy balance. If you found this video useful, subscribe to the channel. If you want me to do this for you personally, there'll be a link in the description. You can book a call. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.